Today is February the 11th, 2019, and I'm going to go back and use data from 1993 and show you how to enter and exit call options in the index's S&P 500, so the SPX, or its less expensive derivative, the SPY. And we're going to do it just by looking at the chikou span and how the chikou span moves up and down and where it's expected to find support and resistance. Now, as a recollection, the chikou span is always plotted 26 periods behind the current price. So since we're looking at a weekly chart, the chikou span part we're looking at will be right here for this candle. "26 periods behind, so 26 weeks behind. So let's get rid of that line. Okay, let's take our first entry position, or looking at our first entry position after price has broken the cloud. Right here, we have a confirming week here. So let's say we bought right here. And our chikou span is free of the cloud. Price is free of the cloud. We are buying 3-month or longer call options, and we're letting our price move. Very nice. Nice upward movement. Rules we're going to apply here say when the chikou span drops, we're going to get out. So here we've had the chikou span pull back for a week. That could have been confirmation we would have sold there. So our confirmation is to sell there. We've now made a profit between 470 and 642. We don't see any reason to get back in the trade yet because we still see the chikou span just moseying on, going nowhere. It starts to move up. We buy again. Moves down. We sell again. It goes down, it finds support on the candles and moves up. So we buy again, roughly at this point here. It stays above the candles, keeps moving but stays above the candles. I know if you're looking at price, you're looking at this movement in here and it all looks upwards to you, but the important part is 26 back, is that this price, not only in moving up, but the chikou span is getting support on these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, and it continues to move up. We could sell here, we could sell here. So we're true to our strategy. We sell there. We've now made a profit from here to here. Comes down. Could buy here, or we could wait for a confirming week. If we wait for a confirming week, we're going to buy somewhere between here and here. Let's say it's here. We buy here, we watch the chikou span move up, we sell here. We can buy, we see it go down, we buy again when it moves up, so we buy basically at the same point where we sold it. Starts to move down, sell it. In and out trade, 1 week, probably lost a little bit of money, but we're staying out. We come down here and we see that this chikou movement right here corresponds to that part of that candle. Did we actually go down anytime during the week and touch the candle for support back here? Doesn't look like it. But we've got some movement up, so we buy again. Let's put our tag right in there. So we buy here. Chikou span's moving up, starts to move down here. We could have sold. We're getting confident now in our chikou span. Maybe we'll stay in. We got some chopping, we move up, we come down, we've got some chopping, we've got some decent profit built in, so we can take some of it off when this pulls back. Add some more when it moves up. Take some off when it moves down. Add some when it moves up. Take some off when it moves down. But you're always staying in the game. We've got a bounce off the candle. So this corresponds to this candle up here. And we're seeing support on the 200. That's the red one here. So that's a good sign, as well as support on the candle back here on the chikou span. Everything's hunky-dory right up to here. Take some more off. So at this point here, we've got a huge win. So let's take some off or get out completely. We're going down, we break through the candles. If we're not out yet, we should be out now, all out. Come down, getting some support on these Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen lines, but I'm not going to talk about those. We're playing around under the candles. We're still not in the trade, but we do see we're getting support for the most part along the cloud, but the Kijun-sen or the chikou span is not telling us much. Our buying point is going to be here when it breaks out from candle support right there, comes back to test a candle, no point in selling, it stayed right on top of the candle, moved up, down. This is the point where we sold before. Could take some off. Get back in here, moves up, starts to come down, take some off here, another profit, add some back in here, comes down, tests the candle, support, breaks through the candles here. Where it breaks through the candles, we're out. But we still have profit because we got in back here. Our next, thank you, Claire. Where were we? Here we are. So we've broken through the candles, broke through the candles again. So there's a buy position. Let's move forward in time. So you get the idea. Right up here, we're moving down. We've lost the candles. We are out completely. And our price has gone under the cloud. So we are out. Chikou span keeps moving down. Of course, price is moving down. No reason to play here. It's just looking bad up ahead. So we're out of our long calls. We could be in puts right now, but we're staying out because we're seeing nothing good with the chikou span. It's just getting rebuffed by these candles back here. Again, remember the price we're looking at is 26 periods ahead. So we're aware that price is moving up towards resistance of the cloud, but it's also being held back by the chikou span and resistance of these candles. So we're still out. There is no reason to be long the market here at all, and we are saving ourselves money by not being involved. We've got motion here, runs right into a wall of clouds, down. Tries to move up over the candles. I said clouds, I meant candles. Moves up over the candles, good sign, good sign. 26 periods ahead is this. Do we want to buy on this chikou span? I would say no, because we're looking at resistance from the cloud. When we get to resistance of the cloud, now, right here, we're in the cloud, the chikou span has found support on that candle. We could use this combined support on the cloud together with position in the cloud of the candle to buy, because we know that flat clouds attract. So it's going to pull the price up towards the flat cloud, and it's playing along the flat cloud, like it's just stuck with the cloud like a magnet, because we always say that flat clouds attract, either from the bottom or bringing it down from the top. We're also seeing our chikou span, where is it? At the point of least resistance in the cloud, so we should be optimistic that our chikou span should be able to break through resistance of the cloud because it's so narrow here. And when it does break through, finally, we are out here. We're on our way. We've made our purchase back here. We're still making money. We're moving up. The chikou span tries to pull back here. We could take some off. Not all of it, because we're enjoying a nice upward motion. We don't see any flat clouds that are going to draw us down. We could get back in here, take some off there, get in here, take some off there. When we break through the clouds, when we break through the candles with the chikou span, where are we with price? We're right on the cloud. We've got support of the cloud, so what do? I would say stay in the trade because you've got support of the cloud, but you've lost it here, but you've kept support along this red line, the Kijun-sen. Stay in it because it's still a profitable trade. Price bounces along support, so the candles are telling us not to get out of the trade because we're getting support from the cloud while the chikou span is working its difficult way through resistance of the candles. We're still in the trade. I want to get rid of that last one. We're still in the trade. Moving along quite nicely here. We could take some off. We've got a heck of a profitable trade now. We could take some off here. Goes back and gets support on the candles. We want to get back in here again because we have support. And we're maintaining our support. Lots of profit built in, but we're going to stay in the trade because we've got candle support and we've got cloud support for our price. Move up here. This was a previous point where we had gotten out. We can take some more profit. And then we're seeing the price come down. When it breaks the candles, take some more off, get out completely. And if you get out completely, you're going to be happy because this is what you avoided. So the chikou span double top for us up here, price double topped, right? So the chikou span double tops, get out. And we see that was a good decision to get out. We saved ourselves all of this loss, and we've gotten a profit from, I think, from here up to this point right there. We're going to wait. When's the time that we want to get back in again? Well, we've got a nice sharp bounce in the chikou span, and here is our candle. So 2 weeks in a row. We had an entry position here once before. We could do it again. So let's put on a little bit of a position here and let's wait and see because resistance is far ahead. Resistance is way out here on the chikou span and way out here on the cloud. So we've got some optimism. If we look at the candles, we've also seen the 50 moving average move up. So we have double confirmation that this is an opportunity to get in. Get in small if you want. But you've got profit from these trades up here that you can invest on getting back in again. Resistance at the candles, but not being pushed down, just staying at the bottom of the candles. And then eventually it breaks through, finds this resistance on the top of the candles. We're still in. Here we break through the candles. Why? Because we've had resistance at the cloud. Resistance at the cloud. We could get out at this point. And then we've got our profit from here to here because we've seen it starting to move through the candles and we're starting to see it having trouble with the cloud and then being in the cloud. So when's our point to get back in again? Right here. When the chikou span again goes through the thinnest part or one of the thinnest parts of the cloud. Once it was up here, this is a pretty juicy area for it to try to get through. If it struggles here and tries to get up through the cloud here, it's going to have a much more difficult time. But it's sought its way to the thinnest part of the cloud. I'm optimistic now. This point corresponds with this candle. It's above the cloud. It's above the cloud. I'm going to take a trade and get back in here again. So the price is moving now, coming down, not getting support of the cloud. Why not get out? Let's get out, and we've only lost a little bit. When do we want to get back in again? Right here. Our old price where we got out, corresponding to a candle there. So we're going to stay in, take some profit here. When it loses the candles there, get out, stay out until price breaks up resistance of the candles all the way along here. This is pretty nice, isn't it? You're saying, gee, I wish I'd stayed in. But the chikou span is not telling you anything positive. It's saying resistance, resistance, resistance. And up ahead here, you can see a flat cloud that may draw price. It didn't, but it should have. So we're staying out. We're out. We're waiting until here, where we've broken through the wall of candles, and we are out again, and we're going to buy here. Wish I had different colors. So we're going to buy here. That's that candle right there. And we're going to stay in the trade, take some off here, add some on support here, take some off here, losing support, out. We're out of the trade. We've made a modest profit. We're staying out of the trade because all the candles are underneath, all the chikou span are under the candles, and look where price is. It's just getting support on the cloud, but it's not going anywhere. It's boring, getting resistance on the cloud. No point in buying here. We get the break of the candles here. That corresponds to this break of the cloud there. We buy again. So that's another point where we buy. Let's remember that price, 1340. And we're going to stay in, take some off. It's going down now. We're still positive on the trade. This is where we got in, right? We said 1340. Support on the cloud, failure, get out. Break of the cloud corresponds to this candle here, get back in again. And stay in because we're seeing support by the candles, continued support above the candles, and now you're riding this wave, but the chikou span is telling you that you can buy and sell, but only portions. Keep the bulk of your trade in play because we're seeing upward here. We're seeing upward here. We've got the 50 going up. We've got the 200 going up. We're staying in the trade until here. Now we're starting to bump into the candles. Huge profit. Take a little bit off. Still maintaining above the candles. Stay in the trade. Where do these correspond to? Resistance on the cloud. So we can't break the cloud, but in the meantime, the chikou span is getting support on the candles. So this would make you pessimistic. This would make you optimistic. Your choice. Take some off. Stay in the trade. Break through the candles, get out. Support on the cloud corresponds to an area up here. So I would not be involved here. I'd take a look perhaps on this weekly break and I'd get involved here, but the chikou has hit the 200. It's probably going to bounce down. It does. Now it breaks. This would be where I would buy, right in here. That's not very good. Right in, move that line up. Come on, let's move that line up. Right in there. That's where I would buy. And it corresponds to that candle there. So would I get in here? Maybe. But back here tells me there's resistance to come on the chikou span. So I wouldn't have gotten in there. I would have gotten in here. And then I see the chikou span playing along with the support on the top of the candles, moving down, making support on a candle again. This support corresponds to this candle. You ask yourself, why did we have a drop here and then a sharp reversal back? Why? Because the chikou span had support on a candle. And we stay in the trade. We stay in the trade, selling small portions, buying small portions, but staying overall weighted with decent delta in the trade. Right here, big gain back down from 2100 up to 2700. Take some off, comes down. There's still lots of areas for support. Worst case, it hits and breaks these candles down here and you're going to get out but still have this zone of profit. So take some off but stay in the trade. Go up here, support of the candle. Now I'm getting more confident. Support of the candle, support of the candle. This was not resistance of the candle. Even though we had a down week up here, we had a small drop in the, it was probably, let's see, this would correspond to up here. Small drop in the chikou span, but still above the candles. Stay in the trade. Still moving up. This green line is the weekly level of the, forget that. So the chikou span now, just bring you up to date because this is now getting on 20 minutes. The chikou span has now moved out of the cloud, but price has not. This is the weekly level. This is what I was going to say earlier. This is the weekly level of the cloud right now, and it's indicating resistance. The chikou span is coming up against potential resistance up here. I'm not a buyer of the S&P yet. I hopefully would have taken some off here. I would have taken a lot off with these breaks here, and I wouldn't be in the trade anymore.